Okay, let's make our first connection set. So I'm going to click on connections, and we have our list of just individual connections here. I'm going to click new. I'm just going to give it a name, and then I'm going to rename it later. And so set.test, and I'm going to switch it from a dado to a set. And then it's going to ask me what I want to put in my set. So remember how I did that large and small thing? I do that anytime it's spacing or sizing related. So I'm going to need a set for large blind dados with large predrails, and then another set for small dados and small predrails. So let me add qualified blind dado large and predrail large. And then I'm actually going to rename this. So set, I'm going to call it, I like to just make it as short as I possibly can. Still able to see what it is. So that may look different for you. I a lot of times just use a little plus sign to kind of shorten whatever I'm dealing with here. And I like to just give this a name. I always start them with set so that all my combos and sets sort together. And then let's add another one. So set qualified blind plus pre-drill small. And then we pull in the small parts on this one. Now we have our first set. So let's go see how that works. And remember, we saved a job, so we should be able to just get right back where we left off. And what I want to do is I want to assign that set to an unfinished in and deck connection. Right now I have just a blind dado, but I want to make so it pre-drills and does a blind dado. So now we have that piece in place. So let's go to room, cabinet, and then modify for this room. And I'm going to go to connection for deck. And I'll flip to the question for deck and unfinished in, and instead of choosing just a regular dado, you're going to see our new sets. This is just two combinations, but technically with the way sets are made, you could have 2, 3, 4 individual connections all being applied to a single joint. So that's how we get around the single drop down. So now if I choose set and go look at this, we should see our hose along with our qualified blind dado. So that's perfect. And finished ends, you can see are doing a qualified blind dado, but no hose because I don't want to shoot a hole through a finished end. Hopefully that kind of opens your mind to the possibilities. Just all the things you can throw together and put on a single joint. Really a very flexible option. And if I was you, I would just kind of create sets as you need them. Go start building your construction method, see what you're going to need, and then just flip back and forth just like I did.